Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Jenny, and I am a nurse, retired. I'm going to be 80 next year, and I don't wear glasses. I did wear spectacles for 10 years until I was about 40, and I found them very restricting. They were always falling off my nose, or if I was on the beach, I'd have sunglasses and then reading glasses and then suntan lotion, and everything was sliding down my nose. And then because I was a nurse, I used to give out drugs. If I was on my way to work and I'd forgotten my spectacles, I'd have to turn around, go home, find my spectacles, and then turn up late for work. If I was shopping in a supermarket, I would have to find somebody wearing glasses to read the back of the can, giving me the ingredients. Then I found that I was holding a book further and further and further away, or I was putting a light up on chairs and putting the light right up at the top if I didn't have an overhead light. So life was getting pretty ridiculous. I also found that because I was wearing spectacles and I could never find them, or I used to sit on them and break them, I thought, well, if I leave them on my nose, at least I know where they are. So if you wear glasses, just be aware that if you keep them on your nose, you're not doing your eyes any favors, because the eyeball is held in position with muscles. And if you wear spectacles, it's fixing the muscles in one position and magnifying the print that you're trying to read. So instead of the muscles stretching the way they should, the muscles are being held in a fixed position. And that is why, quite often, the more you use your glasses, you then find they don't work so well, and you have to go and get a stronger prescription and a stronger prescription, okay? So if you do wear glasses, try not to use them unless you really have to. Opticians are making a lot of money, you know, with the frames, and it's big business. So they're not going to tell you to do yoga exercises. And also, it's quite hard work, but it's only hard work for 10 to 15 minutes twice a day for 2 weeks. And I know that because I did it myself. If you have very poor eyesight, it could take longer, or you may have macular degeneration or something that is incurable. So it may not work for you, but there's nothing to lose by trying it, okay? The other thing that you need to be aware of is that diet affects the eyes. And we're becoming much more conscious of what we put in our mouth affects our mood, affects our guts. All the little blood vessels around the eyes are minute. So if we're drinking a lot of coffee, we're eating a lot of sugar, we're eating junk food, it's not good for the blood, and it's not good for the blood supply to the eyes. And what is really interesting, I read this, but now, because I don't wear spectacles anymore, if I have a very strong coffee or a strong glass of wine, my sight goes a bit weird, and I think, oh, that's interesting. You'll notice it affects your sight, okay? So I then cut my coffee drinking down to 1 cup. I thought, well, I'm gonna have 1 cup. So just be aware. The other thing that you need to be aware of is that nowadays we're all using screens. We're using mobile phones, we're on our computers, we're watching television, or we're binging on Netflix. That means that your eyes are in a fixed position when you're looking at a screen. And you may find that after being on a computer screen, maybe for an hour or so, that your eyes are itchy, or you're beginning to get a headache, or your shoulders are beginning to feel a bit tense. And all that is your body is trying to say, I'm tired. So you know all of this, it's common sense, listen to your body. So if you're using spectacles at the moment, maybe you have to because that's your job. just be aware of that. And when your eyes start itching, instead of going off and taking a couple of Panadol, sticking the glasses on your nose and going back onto the screen, just step away from the screen, take your glasses off and rest your eyes. So you can put your elbows, if you're working at a desk, on the desk. You cup your hands, so you're not putting any pressure, and you place your hands on your cheekbones, and then you cross the hands one over the other, and you just cup your eyes, so no pressure on the eyes. So what you're doing, you're just resting the eyes, you're bathing them. Now think about your breath. So you want to get the maximum results from just a couple of minutes of rest. So just relax as you breathe out. Just breathe away the tension. Breathe out through your nose. Just let all the tension go. Just breathe it away. And now use the idea of colour. Think about something really black, like black velvet, black oil, a black night. So you're using colour, and you're using visualization, and you're using the breath. And now slowly take the hands away and open your eyes. Can you feel as though you've had a bit of a bath? Okay? When you're doing the exercises that I'm going to teach you, it's just like yoga. Don't rush from one asana to the next asana. Yoga is about slowing down, okay? So when you first start doing these exercises, the eye muscles are going to say, what on earth is going on? I'm not used to this. And they're going to be really tired, you know? They're not going to work because they're floppy. They're like a saggy tummy. They're not toned. You do see? So if everything starts going fuzzy, just stop, relax, cup the eyes and rest, okay? And then start again doing the exercises. And you will find that as the muscles start to tone up, become more elastic, you'll be able to do longer without getting tired, okay? The other thing you need to be aware of is that daylight is the best light. So if you're going to read outside, okay? Be really careful when you're reading a book at night, because quite often we have a sort of romantic, soft, maybe a low wattage bulb beside our bed, and we're reading. And that's just putting strain on the eyes. They're having to work extra hard to try to read the print. So whenever you read, try to invest in a really good reading light. There are plenty around, and they are simulating daylight. I've got them all around my house. They're absolutely brilliant. I can read for hours on end because I have a good light. My eyes don't hurt. I can read, you know, without any eye strain, because I feel my eyes are valuable. You know, I want to preserve them like our bodies. So the other thing you need to be aware of is that walking is very, very beneficial for the eyes, because walking is taking the weight from one foot onto the other foot, and it's a rocking movement. And when you walk, everything around you, the sounds, the light, the colors, you're beginning to feel your shoulders drop, everything's beginning to relax, and you're just walking. And that's really good for the eyes. So one of the other exercises you can do if you can't go for a walk, maybe if you're in your office or something, is just to stand and just take the weight. Lift one heel, lift the other heel. Lift one heel, lift the other heel. And then you can sway if you want to. So you're not going for a walk, but you're rocking the body, which is exercising, relaxing, letting go of tension. Okay? The other thing you need to be aware of is that we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and in our neck. Everything I'm telling you, I'm sure you know, but it's just to make you aware. So when you start doing these exercises, just become aware of your shoulders and your neck. And in the first 2 or 3 days, I used to do shoulder and neck exercises. But then as my shoulders and my neck began to relax more, I focused more on the eye exercises. So you start by doing, as we all know, lifting the shoulders up, holding them up high and letting them drop. And close the eyes so you're not distracted. Lift. Make sure there's no tension in your fingers or hands, and drop. And then just bring the shoulders together up to your ears, back and down. Bring the shoulders back, up to your ears, forwards and down. Then you can bring the fingertips onto the tops of your shoulders and rotate. Nice big circles. It's much better to do 2 or 3 slowly and well, rather than 20 where you're cutting corners. Okay, so that's shoulders. And you can do yoga exercises, putting the hands in prayer position behind your back, pushing the fingertips up behind your back. And that's pulling the shoulders back, taking all the tension out of your shoulders. And then you can just close your eyes, you can hum, you can think something black. So really you're resting your eyes, but you're also stretching your shoulders at the same time. And you're breathing out, you're just letting go of tension. Now we're thinking about the neck, which is what we were doing this morning. And whenever you're doing exercises to stretch the neck, try to keep the chin tucked in. By tucking the chin in, you're lengthening the muscles at the back of the neck. Before you start, make sure the shoulders are back and down, the elbows are close to the body, and close the eyes. As you breathe out, slowly let the chin come down onto the chest, right down onto the chest. And then as you breathe in, keeping the chin tucked in, very slowly let the head roll back. If you feel any sharp pain, stop. Don't go too far. Just go as far as it's comfortable. As you're breathing out. As you're breathing in, bring the head up into the upright position. As you're breathing out, slowly bring the chin onto the chest. If you keep the eyes closed, you'll be aware of how the body is feeling. Keeping the chin tucked in, slowly bring the head back into the upright position. So you can do that 2, 3, or 4 times, depending on how you're feeling, okay? If you're feeling very tight. Now with the head in the neutral position, the chin tucked in slightly, very slowly with the eyes open this time, look over your right shoulder. Keep the chin slightly down, slowly come back to center. As you breathe out through your nose, slowly bring the chin over, so you're looking over the left shoulder, making sure the shoulders are back and down. Slowly come back to neutral. So you could do that 2 or 3 times. As you breathe out, slowly bring the chin down onto the chest, and then sweep the chin up to the left shoulder. You'll feel the stiffness. As you breathe out, slowly sweep the chin across the front of the chest, up. So you're now looking over the right shoulder. As you breathe out, slowly bring the chin back into neutral and slowly bring the head upright. You find that your neck gets really stiff as you get older. You'll notice it when you're driving, when you're trying to look behind you. So just be aware of your neck. Okay, so that's the neck and shoulders. I'm sure you've got lots more neck and shoulder exercises. Now, before you start doing the eye exercises, I strongly suggest that you keep a little diary and you make a note of the day that you start doing these exercises so that you've got a control, so you know how good your eyes are before you started going on this journey. So now, just look at what I've given you and hold it the way as though you're a child. So you're not holding it, oh, by the way, take off your glasses, take out your contact lenses before you start. Make sure you've got really good daylight, okay? Now, how much can you read? You can probably read the really large print. Now move down to the middle size print. Then move to the smaller print. Just keep going until you can get down and down and down. Can you read the really, really tiny print? The bit that they don't want you to read, the small print. Can you read that without glasses? If you can't, go down as far as you can and just put a little cross by it and just put the date on it. So you'll know that on this date, you could read whatever it is without glasses in natural light. In about 4 days, 5 days' time, go through this exercise again, and hopefully you might be able to read smaller print, okay? If you can, you'll know you're getting somewhere. Now, what is really interesting is that I wore glasses, and I just bought a pair of very expensive glasses with beautiful frames. And I went to Portugal on a holiday, and I said to myself, I'm going to throw these glasses away, and I'm going to go back to England without my expensive glasses. And that was my mission, and I did it. So there was no going back. So it's really good to set yourself a task and just say, I'm only doing this, it's just an experiment. It may work, it may not, there's nothing to lose. So now we're going to think about doing some eye exercises. Eye exercises are common sense. Basically, it's going up and down, side to side, round in a clockwise direction, round in an anti-clockwise direction. Then you think of a clock with a dot in the middle, and then you're going up diagonally, back to the dot, down diagonally. So imagine, if you're nurses, you can imagine the muscles, and you're making those muscles move, and it's hard work, okay? We do all the exercises really slowly, but we do them really well. So we're pushing as far as we can. And you'll find in the beginning, you can probably only go up that high. Don't worry about it. Each day, hopefully, you'll stretch a little bit more, especially if you work with the breath. As you breathe out, you're just relaxing. Breathe into the stretch, okay? Say to yourself, I'm only going to do 3 of each exercise, but I'm going to do every exercise, but only 3 times. Then I can go and have my breakfast, okay? And then tomorrow you might say, okay, today I'll try 5. You can build it up. Once you begin to see results, there'll be no stopping you, okay? But try to do it every day if you can. So start by sitting so you're really comfy. And you have your head in a neutral position. And close the eyes. And open the eyes. Keeping the head in a neutral position, look up to the top of your head, as high as you can. As you breathe out, look down to your nose. Try to look at the tip of your nose. As you look up, try to look up a little bit higher this time. Look down We'll do each one 3 times. Look up and look down to the tip of your nose. And now palm. And just breathe out and relax. Now go back, sit up straight, make sure your shoulders are back and down, into a neutral position. Now we're going to look from side to side. Look over to the right, come back to center. As you breathe out, look over to the left. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, look to the right, a little bit further this time. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, look to the left. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, look to the right. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, look to the left. And close the eyes and palm. Think black velvet. Breathe out. And then slowly come back into your neutral position. So now we're going to do a clockwise circle. Don't cut the corner. Try to get a really nice big circle. Imagine you're looking at a clock. So you could look at a real clock if you wanted to, or you close your eyes and you've got an imaginary clock. I'm going to do it with my eyes closed, so I'm looking up to number 12. I'm looking round to number 3. I'm looking down to number 6. I'm looking up to number 9. And I'm looking up to number 12. Round to number 3. Down to number 6. Up to number 9. And up to number 12. Down to number 3. Round to number 6. Up to number 9. Up to number 12. Well done. And palm. Just say to yourself, I've only got to do this twice a day for 2 weeks. It's only going to take me 10 minutes. And back. Can you feel that your eyes are beginning to feel as though they've been working? Now we're going to, are you all right? Are you feeling dizzy?
It just feels unpleasant.
Really? Do you wear glasses?
Yes, oh yes, and contact lenses, yes.
You see your eyes, what are you feeling? Dizzy or sick?
No, it just feels...
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well it's good. I need the feedback,
Yeah, it just feels...
weird.
Kind of up and down. You look at your nose, but looking up is when you're not moving your head.
Yes.
Because usually when you look up, you
I know.
open up.
I know.
And you get a slight shuddery, like I find if I go to one side, it's almost
Yes.
It's
a
just
shuddering motion.
strange because you're stretching your eyes and it just feels
So
a
listen
little
to,
bit weird because it's
listen-
not
No,
an
that's
usual
good.
thing, you know, to do.
but it shows you're using the muscles.
I'm just, you know, because usually you just use your neck.
Yes.
Isn't that good? Now you
Listen,
realise.
listen to your body, okay? Even if you only do 1 or 2 exercises, if you feel a bit sick or dizzy, just say, okay, I'm only going to do 1 or 2. It's going to take you a bit longer than it took me because I didn't feel sick or dizzy. But I'd been wearing glasses for about 10 years. Some people have been wearing glasses since they were children, so it's going to take longer to correct. Just be patient, okay? So just, if I'm doing it 3 times, you only do it once, okay? Because if you do it too many times, you think, no, this is not good for me, I'm going to stop. It's like doing very intense yoga and then you strain a muscle, you think, oh, I'm not doing that, that's bad for me. Well, that's stupid, you're just trying to run before you can walk. Where were we? So So then we can do the same thing anti-clockwise 3 times if it's comfortable, okay? Now we're going to do diagonal. So you can either look at a real clock or an imaginary clock, but come back to center each time. So close your eyes. You can palm if you want to, or just close your eyes. Can you feel the difference when you close your eyes to when you palm? When you palm, you're making it much darker. Can you feel? It's more effective. Okay, so you either do this with your eyes open or your eyes closed. If your eyes are closed, you're not being distracted. So you're looking at an imaginary clock. You're looking at the center of the clock. Now look up to number 1. Look back to the center. Don't move the head. Look down to number 5. Back up to center. Look up to number 11. Back to center. Across to number 3. Back to center. Up to number 12. Back to center. Down to number 6. Back to center. Over to number 9. Back to center. Over to number 3. Back to center. And close your eyes and palm. And release the hands and open your eyes. So then you can do a diagonal without going back to center. So you can go up to number 12, down to number 6, over to number 9, over to number 3, up to number 12, down to number 6. Do you see? Just imagine those muscles stretching diagonally. It's probably easier with the eyes open, but whatever suits you. Okay?
So you do 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yes.
You create it like a diamond. So
Yes,
going
you can
from
make
one
shapes.
Go up.
Yes.
That kind of helps me.
Yes.
Thinking going down to number 6.
Anything,
Yeah.
as long as you're making those muscles work. Or you can draw a diamond on a piece of
It
paper.
doesn't matter how big that form is. does
No,
it?
the bigger, the longer the stretch. Imagine those muscles really
Maybe
stretching.
with each time that shape can get bigger.
Oh yes, yes. Now this is the only exercise that you do quickly. This is the most important exercise of all of them. And this is the one you want to do as long as possible, as frequently as possible, okay? Because this is the one that's really going to help you. When you're wearing glasses, the muscles that are holding the eyeball begin to get weak, and so they're not focusing. And that's why the print is getting blurred. That's why you feel, oh, I better wear glasses. But by strengthening all the muscles, you're beginning to bring the focus back, okay? So this is called near and far, and this is a lovely exercise to do wherever you are. If you're at a bus stop, or you're outside, or you're just at the dining table. And you can hold up a pencil, or you just hold up your finger. Now you look at the fingernail, okay, so you're focusing on your fingernail, and then focus on something as far away as you can. A long way, back at the fingernail, off to what you're focusing. So you're looking at something very close, and then something really far away. So you're pushing and you're pulling. And you should be able to actually feel the muscle working. Now speed up, near and far, near and far, near and far, near and far, near and far. And when you get bored, just turn around and look at something else, just to keep up your interest. So I'm going to look at that man's nose, okay? Just do as many as you can, as fast as you can. But when you're looking near, really look near, and when you're looking far, really look far. And you're looking at one point far away, maybe his eyeball, or maybe his ear. Yes. Can you feel the muscles working?
I can. I'm a scientist.
Oh, right. So that's near and far. Do as many as you can, as fast as you can. Okay? You all right?
Yes, thank you.
You don't need a vomit ball?
No,
Bowl?
no, that was more comfortable than near and
Was it?
far.
Ah,
I must say,
Interesting.
yeah.
That's long distance, short distance.
Yes,
Yes.
that was more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going to ask, does this work for long and short distance?
I don't get involved in long and short distance. I'm really just thinking about making my eyes, using my eyes to their full potential. For me, it's reading that was my problem.
It's long distance.
But you know, when you're sitting on the beach or something, just look at a boat that's far out to sea. Really look at that boat. You know, really make those eyes stretch into the far distance. And then maybe try looking at something that's in front of you, like a woman or a child, and really focus. And then look at the boat, and then look at something.
What
So
was squinting?
now, squinting, this is really interesting. When I first started doing these exercises, my husband, my children, my parents, everyone used to say, "Oh, for God's sake, Jenny, you're squinting." And I was reading without glasses, and I was going like this. And they'd say, "Oh, for goodness sakes, put your glasses on." And then I was thinking, no, I've been doing this for nearly 2 weeks. I'm not giving up. And I kept on squinting, and everyone was getting so annoyed. But I just thought, no, I'm not going to give up. And then gradually, you will be squinting, okay? But gradually, the squinting disappears. And now I can read and I'm not squinting.
And squinting because you are tightening your muscles.
Yes,
Really, and then when you relax, not squinting, you're relaxing them.
yes. So that's something that you have to go through.
Yeah, I'm squinting a lot.
And a lot of people, they don't want to upset their family or their kids, or they don't want people to think they're weird. So they just put their glasses back on their nose, and then they become part of everybody else. You know, they're not odd, they're not different. They're not trying to get
I do
attention.
this, I end up pulling the sides of my eyes because I've got stigmatism. My eyes are shaped like a golf ball. A golf ball, a rugby ball. So if I do
I was gonna
that,
say,
I can see really well. But then I let go and it's all, yeah.
My eyelids are coming down.
Yeah, I was going to say,
So I
you
had
die
it as a child, but I hadn't got glasses to correct it. And then
Now, this is the exciting bit. If you do wear glasses, I used to have my glasses beside me, and I used to get to the point where I'd go to the beach or something, and I'd had a really good book, and I really wanted to know what the next what was happening in the book. I used to do this on purpose. So I'd take my glasses, and then I'd think, no, I'm going to try to read without using my glasses. And it was all blurred, and it was such hard work. So then I'd think, oh, put the glasses on, you know, and then I was back in my comfort zone. Now this is, what you do this after about 2 weeks, when you've really toned up your eye muscles. And when you can, you start looking at this without glasses in good light, and you begin to see that it's beginning to work, that actually you can, after 3 or 4 days, you can actually read slightly smaller print, okay? So then you find whatever print you can read without glasses, comfortably, okay? Then you focus, you've got a whole line of words, okay? So here, you focus on the middle word, is that with? So you're focusing, whatever's comfortable, on the middle word in the line,
Yeah.
with,
Yes, it is with.
okay?
Squint and see. Yeah.
So look at that word, with,
yeah,
palm, breathe out, relax, Visualize that word with. Picture it. W-I-T-H in big black bold letters. Then pick up the piece of paper, hold it, and try to read that word with. Now you will find that when you start doing this that word with, it's all blurred. And that word with is probably really blurred, okay? You know it's there, but it's blurred. So that you don't worry about it, you know it's there, it's not going anywhere. You relax, you palm, you visualize that word with, you pick it up again. I tell you, you've got to be persistent. And one day, that word with will float off the page. Big and bold and black, with. It just comes off the page, and it's like a miracle. So you keep doing the exercises, just all you're trying to do is read one central word in the middle of a line without your glasses.
It's something you can't quite see to start with.
No. And then really do that near and far, because the near and far is what's, when it's still blurred, it's a bit like this, but the more you do the exercises, the more and then that day when you're like a child, when you've got these muscles holding the eyeball, that's when that word with floats off the page like oh my God, it's a miracle. Okay?
Hey, I tell you.
It's so exciting. Then
the good thing with these exercises though is you can get away with doing them throughout the day anyway. You know, actually thinking about it when you're sat on a pool, you're at the beach, like at the moment you could just sit there. You've got time, you know.
Yes, it's magic.
Yeah,
now, once that one word, sorry, I get really excited about it. Once this one word with has come off the page, you then look at the two words on each side of the word with. Okay? Here it says history with, I'm going to skip the A, personalised. So with is clear, history and personalised is still vague and blurry. So now I'm going to look at history with, I'm looking at this, history with personalised. So you're choosing whatever your line is.
Yeah, so choose what you can't see.
Can you see any of it without it being too blurry?
So the only thing I can't see is down here.
Okay, well, and just hold it the way you would normally.
Something that you can read, but
but it's hard work.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not that.
And you want to be able to read it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes without having to go for your glasses. Okay? So now we're just looking at those 3 words. You've got your own 3 words. I've got history with personalised. The word with is probably lovely and strong, but the 2 words on each side of the central word is probably blurred. If it's blurred, okay, rest the eyes. Breathe out. Think black. And now visualize those 3 words. Mine is history with personalized. Visualize, make the mind help you. Visualize those 3 words in big, black, bold letters. You can see them in your mind's eye. Now lift up the page and look at those 3 words. Don't try to look at anything else. If it's blurred, just keep staring at it, visualize it, imprint it onto your mind, and then relax again, okay? And you continue to do that exercise. So then once you've got those, and then those 3 words will lift off the page. When those 3 words lift off the page, you then go to the other words. So what you're doing is you're widening. So in the end, you're able to read the whole line without glasses. Okay? Then you move down to another line. You can start again in the middle, or you may even be able to read the whole line. But you won't be able to read the whole line very long without your eyes itching, or you get frustrated, or you get bored and you reach for your glasses. But just try not to use the glasses. Every time you put your glasses on, just saying, I'm not doing myself any favors. You're almost going back a step. Do you know what I mean? You've gone forward 3 steps. By using your glasses, you've gone back. But obviously, if you're doing work and you have to use your glasses,
When you're driving.
yes.
Safety.
Probably a good idea.
But you know, if you have to use your glasses to do your job, use them. But then try to compensate to get back to where you were. Okay? So you're taking 2 steps back, but you don't worry, I'm going to get back on the wagon. You know, okay. So then you'll start reading a whole line. Then next day, maybe if you've done your exercises and you're relaxed, and you'll get good days and bad days. Then you might be able to read a whole paragraph without your glasses and without feeling too tired and without your eyes hurting, without you feeling sick or dizzy, okay? Now you'll really know when it's working, because I used to think, oh, I just want to read, I just want to find out, you know, I'll put my glasses on and then I can read for an hour without, you know, oh, this is really exciting. And I knew it was working because I put the glasses on and then everything would go blurred. The print, I couldn't use my glasses anymore. It made everything go blurred because I'd altered my eyes. And now, if I borrow anybody's glasses, I can't read. I feel sick, I feel dizzy, I can't read.
How funny.
It's wonderful.
Wow, it's because you're dedicated to it.
We can do it.
You know, you have to be really a dedicated person.
Yeah. It's discipline, but as far as I'm concerned, you know, you're only here because you've gone through disciplines. Maybe you've changed your diet. You've had the discipline to come here. You have the discipline of getting up in the morning and doing yoga before breakfast when you'd probably much rather sleep. You know, so
We
we're
encourage each other here as well. You know, we can have a particular time when we do it
yeah.
if you want to. Just to get into a habit.
We all know, but we all know, don't we? We all know that it's worth being disciplined because the benefits are
I
huge.
think that's the trouble with society. We're not disciplined.
I mean,
It's
this.
easy to put glasses on, isn't it?
Well, now, because I've been reading ever since I was 40 without glasses, I can read anything. And my eyes are just getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
When did you do how long ago was it then you did this?
I was in my 30s.
When you did the 2 weeks and then no.
I did 2 weeks in my 30s, but every single day. And I used to go down to the sea and do it by the sea. And what I used to do, I did a little piece of paper and I just put shoulders and then shoulders, and I did little symbols to remind me what to do. And then I wrote neck, and then I'd put
We
up.
can do this afterwards and
Yes.
send that out.
Okay.
So
You
do
know-
you still go to the opticians? Do you go to get your eyes checked?
No, they keep sending me reminders.
Oh, right. So what about things like cataracts or like
Yes.
tests for those?
Well, hopefully it will slow the process down. I think if you've had laser surgery or anything, I don't think it would work. But all I can say is it's worth a try. Some people have a serious eye condition that maybe it doesn't work for. So, and then I wrote down the word eyes, and then I would just do a little arrow up and an arrow down, an arrow to the side, whatever, yeah. Pop it in your pocket, and then if you go on the school run, or you're waiting for a bus, or you're waiting at an airport, and people actually, you know, you can be near and far, and you can be going,
So how often now, Jenny?
or you don't even need to look at this. You could actually just look at something close to you and look far away, so nobody knows, but it doesn't really matter.
So you did this with discipline, strict discipline for 2 weeks.
Yes. I threw my
After
glasses
that,
away.
Yeah, but then after that,
I've never,
No, but how often do you do these exercises?
Never.
now?
I never
Oh,
do
you
the
don't do
exercises.
the exercises?
I don't do the exercises.
Anymore?
No, never.
Oh, right.
Never, never, never. The
You
very
literally
fact,
just did it for the 2
for
weeks
2
and that was
weeks
it.
religiously, twice a day for 10
So
minutes.
you
And you don't do them anymore?
Never.
So,
And the very fact of not wearing glasses,
exercising your eye
the
muscles
very
anyway.
fact of reading,
Yes. There you go.
of looking at this and then looking at you,
Yes.
I'm making the eyes work.
Yes.
If I've got
Yes,
these
absolutely.
glasses on my nose, or like wearing a corset,
Yes.
I just presume that you kept up
No.
with the exercises.
Well, I thought,
and that's
yeah,
No.
because your muscles were, so like when you tone up at the gym, you have to keep it
Yes.
toned. But, so I thought with your eye, you'd have to still
It's like a muscle
No.
to keep this up.
it's a muscle. And just,
But
but
the muscle gets slack if you don't use it. But I guess
Yeah.
you're using it when you're reading.
But if you're reading at night with a very low wattage bulb,
Yeah.
you're not doing yourself any favors. You're going to it's going to start. You're making your eyes work really
And
hard.
screens, do you find that you have to turn your brightness up or down?
No,
No.
no,
I think it's more beneficial to have it on a brighter setting, do you find?
no.
No, just keep it on a regular
No.
setting.
But when you're on a computer screen, just be aware that just say to yourself, this is not good for my back. This is not good for my shoulders. This is not good for my wrists. This is not good for my eyes, okay? Your boss doesn't give a damn if you hurt your neck or your eyes or your back, okay? You need to look after yourself. So it's worth it if you're working at a computer screen or something, just to set a little timer or something. And every maybe half an hour, just rest the eyes, just relax the shoulders, maybe get up. That's why they have walking desks now. So you're not sitting in one position. You have to walk and move. Okay? So look after your eyes, your body, your neck. It's all we've got. Thank you. So I look forward to hearing how you get on.
Thank you, Jenny.
Next time I see you,